outline before your lordships what is the controversy and how do I propose to address the same. But petitioner before your lordships is an ethanol plant which produces ethanol in the district of Karwar, North Canada. But they had entered into an agreement with the respondent corporation. So it is our case that the agreement contemplates that all the ethanol produced by them to the extent of their design capacity was assured to be purchased by the OMCs. And this plant was set up in the year 2021. And for the last three, or it is known as ethanol supply year,
Yes.
ESY.
ESY.
The last 3 years, they have adhered to that contract and always taken all the ethanol manufactured by us. For the first time this year, there has been deviation of the same. And they have not taken the quantity of the bid which we had preferred. And therefore, the result is not we are before your lordships. We made representations to them, etc. Therefore, the only and short question which would, according to me, arise for lordships' kind consideration is what does the contract really mean? And a plain and simple reading of the same. And that will be my effort in India onwards to take lordships to the relevant clause of the contract and request lordships to see as to what is the inescapable conclusion the contract would give. But if lordships are to, but before that, I just thought I must bring to lordships notice what is the background behind this agreement as to how this, what was the policy of the government of India and what was the necessity for us to enter into an agreement. But I have enclosed.
Where is the convenience?
It's convenient.
Yes.
The report of the need.
So I will refer only to the convenience compilation.
Yes, only convenient, nothing else.
Madam, third
Is styled as roadmap for ethanol blending for the year 2020-25. Achieving energy security and the transitioning of a thriving low carbon economy is critical for a growing nation like India. Blending locally produced ethanol with petrol will help India strengthen its energy security, enable local enterprises and farmers to participate in the energy economy and reduce vehicular emissions. The Government of India notified the National Policy on Biofuels 2018 on 4/6/2018, wherein under the ethanol blended petrol program, an indicative target of 20% blending of ethanol in petrol by 2030 was laid out. What they indicate in essence is it is necessary to have a environmental friendly vehicles in the country. And at that point of time when this policy came out, the ratio of blending of ethanol with petrol was 5%. And the policy envisaged that it would be gradually increased to 20% by the year 2030. In fact, by 2025-26 itself, they have set the target of blending of 20% in every liter of petrol. That is how this policy commences. Now, lordships may also kindly see the other relevant portions. With a view to achieve blending targets, DFPD, that is Department of Food and Public Distribution, is making concerted efforts to enhance the ethanol distillation capacity in the country. For this, the government has invited, this is very critical, has invited applications from the entrepreneurs under the ethanol interest subvention schemes in September 2020 during a window of 30 days. Thus far, 238 projects for a capacity enhancement of 583 crore liters with a loan amount of about rupees 16,000 crores have been approved by DFPD. It is expected that at least 400 crore liters capacity would be added from these projects by 2024. Therefore, they realized that the ethanol producing factories were not proportionate to the desired target which they wanted to do so. And therefore, they said as of today, 238 projects have come up and we hope to add about 400 crore liters. Now, lordships may kindly see next the other relevant policy objective is at page 51. A close follow-up is required of the planned steps for enhancing ethanol production capacity across the country to 1,500 crore liters by ESY 25-26 required for E20 blending. Special efforts are needed to attract investors to the northeast of the country to avail the interest subvention scheme of DFPD and build an adequate distillation capacity and to avoid long distance transportation of ethanol. The entire thrust is to enhance the ethanol capacity of the country so that they achieve this target. Now, therefore, what do they do? I mean, how do they encourage entrepreneurs to set up the ethanol plants? There is one reason behind this. I will just divert just 30 seconds. I'll take. This ethanol is manufactured primarily from these bagasse and maize, and there are other byproducts. Now, incidentally, this can be also used to manufacture alcohol fit for human consumption. So these majority of the industries always opted for those products. Therefore, the government of India made special efforts to say that no, we want to encourage you to start ethanol production. But there were two distinct disadvantages by ethanol productions, and I must place it. Number one, there is no market. Today, the entire market of sale of ethanol is with the OMCs, which the learned Attorney General represents. The second one is that the high production cost, etc., and not so marketable as compared to alcohol consumption. This was one of the challenges the government of India faced. So what did they do, was they encouraged the entrepreneurs to set up these plants by giving interest subversion scheme, etc. And kindly see, it is in this context, page 77 came to be issued. That is Mullah's expression of interest for signing long-term bipartite agreement. Lordships get 77.
Yes, EOP.
Expression of interest.
Oh, EOI.
EOI. Expression of interest for signing long-term bipartite agreement with upcoming dedicated ethanol plants in ethanol deficit states. Lordships, kindly.
Yes.
For supply of denatured anhydrous ethanol to oil marketing companies. It's only this paragraph I'll read. IOC, BPCL, HPCL.
OEMs.
Yep, all of them.
Oil manufacturing, OMCs.
Oil manufacturing. They refer to all of them. Intend to shortlist, Lordships, kindly say, and enter into long-term bipartite agreement with upcoming dedicated ethanol plants in ethanol deficit states to procure denatured anhydrous ethanol. Therefore, they refer to them as a dedicated plants. And I'll just explain what exactly they mean by dedicated plants. Kindly see page 78. Karnataka is shown as a deficit state.